thank you so much for tuning in today. So today's video, I want to talk about the importance of understanding the maximum monthly payment that you can do rather than the sales price. Now, mind you, the sales price is very important, but we want to know what your maximum monthly payment is. And the reason why I say that is, say for instance, if the lender says that you can't go over $3,000, well, if interest rates go down, then of course your sales price will change, but your monthly payment is not going to change. That's not going to change. That's only going to change the sales price value. Now that matters, but just because, interest rates fall doesn't mean, well, you can qualify for a higher sales price. Well, yes and no. Scratch that. You can't increase the maximum monthly payment, I should say, not sales price. The sales price would change the monthly payment. So, and also it's important to understand that because if the maximum monthly payment for principal, interest, taxes, insurance, if it's a mortgage insurance or PMI, if it's FHA, and your HOA and or condo dues can't exceed $3,000, you cannot exceed by $3,000. It can't be $3,001, $3,005. None of that. That's the maximum because that's the maximum amount that you're allowed based on your income. So you got to know what that amount is. You got to know. That's important. You got to know that. So that's essential because if you have a good agent, the agent will know how much that monthly payment is going to be at that house. I don't show houses that people aren't qualified for because even though you said, oh, well, my lender said that, I'm qualified for $550. At that time you were. What's going on with rates today? Like, were you qualified at 5% or were you qualified at 7%? Now, if rates go down, then of course, you can flip-flop the amount. But it's essential to know the maximum amount because that will change based on what the interest rates are doing at that time or whether you're going to do a buy down. Like, it's a lot of different moving parts. So you want to have an agent that understands not only the real estate process, but just a little bit about mortgages. It's essential because unless you're paying cash, you're going to have to you need to know the nuances within and how the payment breaks down and what that looks like in the home that you're looking at. Because if you're buying a condo, it's a lot that is essential that you actually need to know, with your insurance, with the condo fee. So it's like, oh, well, if you're qualified, say for instance, you're qualified for $300,000, but your payment, I'm just making up numbers. This is probably not real numbers, but this is just for easy math. Say the payment I'm just going to use $3,000. And with the HOA in that community, because in the DC metro area, some condo complexes, their condo fees are over $800 a month. So if that pushes your payment to say $37 with everything, you can't qualify. Because what did I just say? $3,000 was the maximum amount. So you can't just, magically afford it now. No, if the lender said they verified your assets, they said $3,000 is the maximum. You cannot go $1 over, 50 cents over. No. So that's the maximum that you can do. So it's essential to know what the monthly payment is and have an agent that understands that when you go look at houses. It's like, well, sometimes my clients in the past will say, why didn't it show me that? Because I know that you can't exceed that amount. That's what the lender said. That's what you told me. So there's no need to look at it, period. So that is all for my rant today. So that is the importance of knowing your maximum monthly payment rather than sales price, even though sales price is important. Also, with that, you need to know based on the qualification, ask the lender, because sometimes they won't say what the interest rate is on the letter. Most of the time they won't. Ask them what the interest rate is that they qualified you on. And also, were there discount points on that loan? Because that is important. Because if it was discount points on that loan, that's not the true interest rate. Because if it was, say, 1.5%, that means that's 1.5% that you're going to have to pay to get it to that interest rate. So that is essential. But you don't have to worry about all those details because I'm going to remind you when you're my client. Make it a great day. And if you have any questions, give me a call at 240-284-4114.